Okay, we've got another round of the quiz coming up right now. We have got a loaded, intelligent, and good-looking panel. I'll say it.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
yeah, they're about
nice
to come
to be
in. Thanks for
recognised.
It's
sitting
obviously
in.
a different panel.
yeah. Thanks for sitting in while we got the camera angle set up. But,
Wait, did
we'll
you
get the real
say
people in.
loaded, intelligent, and good-looking in that order, or is it traits to all three?
You know what? I'll decide at the end of the round based on how you guys perform who was what. All right, so we got Director of Policy Gideon Rozner. We got Research Fellow Andrew Bushnell. Criminal Justice heads that up, and we got the Roof Seal as always, Peter Gregory.
Roof Seal and the King.
Never forget.
For now.
Never forget.
reigning-
So Peter
the
Gregory's
reigning
put on the crown as the reigning quiz champion. 1 point on for correct answers, 1 point off for incorrect answers. Buzzer is your first name. I think we're all familiar with the rules. If anyone needs to go. All right. Now, with Mayor Pete and Amy Klobuchar withdrawing from the Democratic race, who is now the youngest
Gideon.
person?
Good question.
Oh,
He's jumped in.
I'm going to have a stab in the dark here. I'm going to have to say Mini Mike Bloomberg.
Mini Mike Bloomberg is not the youngest person still in the Democratic field. Bushnell.
So who we got?
Well, technically, Buzzer is your
Elizabeth
first
Warren.
name.
It's not Elizabeth Warren. Roof Seal.
Roof. Sanders.
Okay, you're all wrong
Oh.
because technically Tulsi Gabbard is still running.
That's a trick question.
That is a trick question, and you
Tulsi,
fell right
Why
into
did you
it.
drop out, Tulsi?
This is Russian propaganda. Leaving her on the list.
What? Maybe we thought, I thought you said at the start then, I didn't think you said Mayor Pete. I thought you said me and Pete.
Me
and I
and
was
Pete.
like, I did not realise that
No,
we were
we're
running.
still running. We're still running.
Yeah, we won't
and we
give
are
up.
looking good in Washington State.
Yeah, we're
now,
big there.
who of the people not named Tulsi Gabbard is the youngest person in the Democratic race?
Bushnell.
Oh, well,
Bushnell.
now.
It is Elizabeth.
It is Elizabeth Warren, who is 70 years old. This picture of youth herself. Sorry.
And she lost her own state today.
It's not looking
So-
good for her. Yeah, we are recording this on Wednesday, so if Elizabeth Warren has dropped out and Tulsi Gabbard has dropped out by the time you hear this podcast, I'm still correct.
Yeah.
Tulsi
So
won't
just
give up.
know I'm still correct. All right, question 3. When was the, all right? So I reckon we're heading towards a contested convention or brokered convention, if you will. When was the last time that that happened? Either party.
You
Gideon.
said this on the
Gideon.
show.
I'm going to guess again and say the Democrats in 1972.
It is incorrect. Does anyone else want to make a stab?
What was that one where they bashed all the protesters outside?
I was. I shouldn't say.
I thought
It's
people would laugh at that.
in the 60s. Yeah, because we're trying to get it right.
No,
Yeah.
I was
that
saying
hilarious
I
thing of
believe
protesters
that
being
one.
bashed in the street.
Oh, I don't know who it is, James.
All right, does anyone want to make a guess? No. All right, so it's the Democrats back in 1952.
Oh, I think you said that on the show the other week.
Yeah, well,
I just sort of wait for my turn to speak.
exactly. You don't listen.
Wasn't quite-
You're just about yourself. All right. Sorry, everyone is in the negatives right now. No, Bushnell's on 0. Pete's on
Yes,
-1.
winning
Gideon's on
on
-2.
0.
There you
Okay,
go.
according to the Australian on
I used to be the
Tuesday.
quiz champion once upon a time. What's happened? Had a mighty have fallen.
I think you said loaded at the top of the show.
Yeah, well, it's
Yeah.
only
Hey,
so
Pete
much.
was the loaded
by the
one,
way.
not
At the top
me.
of the segment.
Yeah. all
I
right.
wish I was.
So, according to the Australian on Tuesday, how many immigration detainees have said they should be released into Australia on grounds
Gideon.
of indigeneity?
22.
Off by war.
Roof.
No.
I know it's 23 because it's Shane Warne's number.
there we
And Buddy
go.
Franklin and Jamie Carragher.
Gideon
And Michael
going
Jordan,
for the
Getting worse and
Gideon
worse.
going for the lowest number.
This is what happens when you chase your losses.
Okay, now
They can't run forever.
So it's 23. Now, how many members of Iran's parliament have tested positive for coronavirus?
A lot.
That's a...
Closest to the mark.
How
How about closest to the mark?
Yeah, I love those
Closest to
ones.
the
Can't get
mark.
them wrong.
Can't get them wrong.
I
You
like
can't
that
get
you
them wrong.
make the rules up as you go. It's too close to the mark.
Yeah,
He
well,
loves the power.
I do.
So 4 for
Makes
me.
me happy.
Give me
4?
How about 20?
20.
15.
15. Bushnell gets it. It's 23 as well. 23 members.
Because it was like one a couple
Where
of
was
weeks ago.
Shane Warne on that
Well,
one?
that's good.
What do you let me down for the first time ever?
All right. It is 23. So, yeah, the Deputy Health Minister was the other one, and then he's probably infected these 23 people. Now, Generation Liberty is hosting the upcoming tour of Gloria Alvarez. Get your tickets now. Can't stress that enough.
Yep.
Yeah.
What country was she born in?
Oh, well, that's...
Gideon.
Gideon.
Bolivia?
Roof.
Jeez, Gideon is absolutely hemorrhaging here. No, it's incorrect.
Bushy.
It's incorrect, Gideon.
I know.
right.
I'm marveling at my own stupidity.
Oh, there we go. Okay. I thought that was like an
It doesn't
absolute
happen very often,
triumphal
but when it does,
scream.
Threw
boy,
me
oh
off
boy,
though.
I do not
I was
disappoint.
like, I chimed in,
Yeah.
rung in to answer, and I was like, wait, was that right? That wasn't right.
no, I'm
wasn't
gaslighting.
right.
I'm like,
No,
but if I
because
pretend
she's
like
from,
I'm right,
she is from Central America.
Roof,
so
roof.
it is...
Need a country.
I'd already rung in.
Yep.
So...
we're zeroing in on it.
Back off.
So,
Pete.
so I'm explaining. I'm doing the whole
Yeah,
Eddie Maguire Who Wants to Be a Millionaire thing. No, but it's El Salvador.
It is not El Salvador.
Oh.
Root for Guatemala.
It is Guatemala.
Wow.
Peter Gregory. All right, Pete is
I
on
was
2.
close.
Bushnell is on
Believe me,
-1.
I think
And Gideon
I've lost
on
it.
-4. Anyone still can win, I reckon.
Yeah. There's
Hard
lots
for
that can
Gideon.
happen.
Hard for Gideon.
This
I'll
has
say
been,
it.
this is,
But
you
anyone
Sure,
can
I'm
have to
alive. Hard
say
for
that this
Gideon.
has not been the highest quality quiz.
It's been
in the history
energetic,
of the
though.
Young IPA.
A lot of mentions for Shane Warne.
It's good audio, and Shane Warne, whoever's doing PR for Shane Warne's pretty happy with how this has all turned out.
Warnie.
Right. What infrastructure project was ruled unlawful in the UK on environmental
Gideon.
grounds?
Oh,
Gideon.
this-
Something to do with Heathrow. Another runway on Heathrow.
Another runway in Heathrow.
got
I'll
one.
pay it. Gideon's
Not
finally
just
got one.
environmental grounds, though.
Go ahead.
Specifically climate change,
Yeah.
Yes.
which is worse. Like heaps of stuff gets banned for.
Environmental grounds.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
But
Because
yeah.
They're not even protecting, actual animals like the endangered squig or whatever it is.
Yeah,
It's
the
like,
squigs.
some imaginary problem they're protecting against.
Yeah, that's
All
right.
right.
All right, there we go. All right, so AAP has announced that it is closing down in June this year. When was it started?
Gideon. 1935.
That is correct.
How did you know that?
is
Because
on
I spent half my working day on Twitter, and that's all that was on Twitter yesterday, which
a
was
lot of
Save
journalists.
AAP,
85
the
years,
hashtag
yeah.
Save AAP, which is a serious issue, I might add, and the risk of editorialising during the quiz, which you've topped me
Go
off for
ahead.
doing in the past.
I don't
But these journalists who are mourning the Australian Associated Press for good reason, were not willing to say, well, maybe it's because we have a $1.1 billion media behemoth
There
in
you
this
go.
country giving away content for free.
Yeah.
So if you want to save AAP, sell off the ABC.
Yeah,
I
exa-
endorse this message.
Exactly.
rhymes
Like I
as
was
well.
doing some research for the show. Actually, this is going to give away a quiz question, so I'm going to come back to that
Yeah.
anecdote.
I just want to clarify for any donors out there, Gideon doesn't spend half his life on Twitter.
No.
Half
It's
his
more
life, don't.
3/4.
About a third. About a third.
All right.
On a slow day.
Now, who was the host of Media Watch before Paul Barry?
Oh, now I have seen this bloke's footage,
Haven't we all?
Gideon.
but I don't
Gideon.
know
Was
who
it
is.
Jonathan Holmes?
It was Jonathan Holmes.
very
Gideon is on fire. Now,
I'm incy wincy
now I'm
spiraling my
in
way
the-
back up.
Now,
I'm at the
I was going to mention, so Jonathan Holmes has this new book out, and Paul Barry was talking to him, and they're both saying like, "Oh, there's now these 3 giants of media, and how do we stop this like conglomeration of the left?" And it's like, yeah, the ABC is the reason like 9 buys Fairfax and they can't get any
Yeah.
money is because there's like the ABC handing out content for free. Anyway,
Correct.
my point.
Frankly, especially if you work at the 9 entertainment papers or whatever. I mean, why would anybody pay for a subscription to a newspaper when the ABC gives away analogous content for free? I don't know.
All right, so now to the Who Am I? Quick score check. Gideon on -1, Pete's on 2, Bushnell's on -1. Anyone can win.
Ooh.
Gideon, what a comeback, by the way, at the end of that quiz.
This is
You
a
can
Joe
call me
Biden.
Sleepy
This is
Joe.
the Joe
Yeah,
Biden.
yeah, this is Joe Mentum.
Joe Rosnamentum, the Rosnolution.
Yeah,
is coming.
Rosmentum. Now, for 5 points, I was born 173 years ago, pardon me, 173 years ago this Wednesday.
You always do this. We always have to mentally work out.
Yep,
1847.
What's. It is?
1847.
Oh, thank you.
there we go.
But I don't know who it is, James. What did you
Right.
say again? 173.
Yeah, I was just doing the maths.
1847.
All right,
Okay.
does anyone want to make a guess? All right, for 4 points, my work with the deaf is what inspired my life's work.
Say that again.
Deaf. Worked a lot with deaf people, and what you know me for comes from that.
Did you say died in
I
1847?
said born.
Oh, yeah.
I said born in
Did you?
1847.
Because I have a bit of a... Nah, I don't think so. I've got a bit of an inkling, but I think it might be someone...
Actually, I have no.
All right, there we go. I think unless anyone jumps in right now, they can only tie it with Pete. No.
Yeah.
All right, so for 3 points, I was influential in the early days of National Geographic.
I was wrong with my initial thought.
Who the hell would this be?
Is this
Curveball.
person even famous?
This person's very famous.
some bloke,
deaf.
some bloke that worked at National Geo.
It's famous for one very specific thing, so you just don't want to tell that at the 4 point thing.
I think I might know who it is.
All right, come on, Pete.
No, I don't. I mean, like, nah, it's all right. Keep coming.
You're all good?
Yep.
All right, does anyone else want to jump in?
Work with
Born in 1847.
Born in 1847.
I might write
Not
that down,
died.
so I don't think-
Just write it down. Get a tattoo.
Yeah.
Born in 1847.
Nah, no idea, mate.
Now, 2 points. I'm an inventor and a scientist.
Yeah, see,
Yeah, you
I mean,
reckon?
I suspect I know what the bloke did.
Roof,
or-
roof.
Roof.
Marie Curie.
No.
Oh,
I wouldn't
Point
know
off
the
for
bloke's
Pete.
name.
I think that really puts a curveball in that anyone can tie it up if they get it right now and bring us to its tiebreaker.
So born in 1847.
Born in 1847. Worked with the deaf
Worked with
Worked
the
with the
deaf,
deaf.
and at National Geographic.
and a National
and
Geographic.
is an inventor.
And is an inventor and a scientist.
So
And famous enough
to
so
be
your
quiz.
peak inventing years are what, like 35? So you're talking about like inventions that maybe took place in like about 18.
are they your peak inventing years?
Well, I don't know.
I think
I'm
it's
not
this
inventing
guy's.
much. 35.
Yeah. Well, your peak might be shallower than others.
I think you don't want to peak too early. Like I'm. You know, aiming for my.
You'd hope not.
Your best days are ahead of you.
This is. I can't even think of a single name that.
This will
would be
get it
at all
away. For
credible.
1 point, I invented the telephone.
Oh, Gideon. Alexander Graham Bell.
Gets it. All
Graham
right.
hyphen Bell, I
No,
should say.
not true though. Didn't some Italian guy invent it? Let's get
Guglielmo
the.
Marconi.
Yeah, let's get the.
Oh, controversy.
All right.
This is controversial.
So wait, does that mean that
but
the roof seal
We need some
is-
Italian nationalists to ring in.
Surely the man that invented the telephone was Alexander Graham Bell, or
No,
the
no,
education
no.
system
I'm being.
has
I'm,
absolutely let me down.
there is no. You're right. There's like some sort of controversy around this though. That
Yeah, because he also came up with a hoy hoy.
Yeah.
He genuinely thought people would answer the phone ahoy hoy instead of saying hello.
Did he really?
One of my favourite fun facts in
Is
history.
that true?
Yeah.
That's where that-
Should have led the quiz. I tried to put
Is
it
that
in
where
there. I was like, ahoy hoy.
Is that where Mr. Burns or
It
the
is.
Simpsons
It is
got it
literally
from?
where
I'll be
they
damned.
got that
I
from.
never knew that.
Yeah.
Well,
That's all-
give Bushnell a bonus point and I still win.
Yeah. Okay, you get 2 ahoy hoys for that last one, but Peter Gregory is still the reigning champion. And we got more show for you coming up after this.